All right. Now let's talk about your target audience for SEO. So essentially, we've already established that SEO is for really any business whose target audience uses search engines to find the services that they offer. We understand that. Now let's talk about what exactly I mean when I say target audience. So if you're a business owner, you probably understand who your target audience is, right? I don't have to explain that to you. You kind of already understand that. You might even have a profile of your typical customer or your average customer. And that's maybe what you use in some of your marketing campaigns and things like that, right? So if you're a hair braider, you might be predominantly talking to African American or Latino women. That is just who often does the hair braiding services. And if you're a roofer, then you're likely talking to a homeowner who is fed up with all the repairs that they constantly have to make on their roof or in anything else. So we all understand that there's a target audience that we're talking to anytime we're doing marketing or anytime we're promoting our services. However, in the case of SEO, when we're talking about target audience, we're talking about, like I mentioned before, the typical customer that's looking for the services that you're providing. But your target audience is also the people inside of a local area. And the third thing that's included in with your target audience is understanding exactly what this audience needs from a web page that they land on before they decide to book an appointment or request a quote or give you a phone call. And I wanted to talk about those things very quickly. So when you're doing SEO, everything that we create on the website is for the target audience. Let's go back to this landscaper, for example, in Sandy Springs, Georgia, um, who is promoting their services through this specific web page on Google, right? So their target audience is they know that they're likely looking for they're likely talking to homeowners, right? Because those are the people who own property that have lawns on them. So they're doing everything they can to speak to that particular audience by talking about properties or telling them to boost their curb appeal, getting a really good, they're demonstrating a really good example of them understanding their audience because they know people who want to get their lawn done likely want to boost their curb appeal, right? You don't want to be that house on the block with a slouchy lawn. You want to have a great appealing lawn. So they're using that in their messaging, and that's very helpful because these are the kinds of triggers that get people to want to buy with you or purchase your services. And as we read about this more, again, they know who they're talking to. Our team provides full service landscape solutions to Sandy Springs' busy residents, commercial customers, and HOAs. Again, they know exactly who their audience is. And so now they can tailor their content to that particular audience. And with this understanding, your content will thrive and it will convert into booked appointments or quotes simply because you found a really good way to connect with your target audience, not only based on the services that they're looking for, but you understand their pain points, you understand their needs, you understand the outcomes that they're looking for, and then all of this leads to why people would book with you or set up an appointment or request a quote because they feel connected to your content. They feel like you understand exactly what it is that they're looking for. And you'll do this several ways. You'll do this through the images that you show. You'll do this through the words that you use in your messaging. You'll do this through showing them that you're in their area, literally a visual map showing them that, hey, I service this area. These are all things that you're going to do that help you connect with your target audience. So when we're talking about target audiences, we're talking about what the typical person is going to need from this service, the outcomes that they're looking for from this service, what they need to know about you in order for them to feel comfortable booking for this service, and a good understanding of where you are. That way, they're more inclined to book with you because you're closer to their local area. And that's really what a target audience is. It's a targeted audience based on all these different factors that essentially end up becoming your most ideal customer. Okay, so that's the approach that we want to take in SEO, is that when we're creating content, we want to keep our target audience in mind based on all those things that I mentioned before. Okay, so in the next section, we're going to go ahead and start talking about the ROI of SEO and all these other things. Okay, see you soon.